Good morning, everyone, from Six Flags Great Adventure here in Jackson, New Jersey. Pretty sad reveal straight from the get-go, guys. You spin around, there's El Toro back there, but something's missing. Something is definitely missing. And then you go right. Of course, Green Lantern used to be here too. Now that's gone. Oh, it's like half the park is missing now. It's so bizarre. Especially because the last time I visited was in October to get my last rides in on Kingda Ka. So it's insane. It's a shock. And with Sam, who was also with me.
This is literally so depressing. Like, I've been coming here for so long and I just feel like the park as I know it is gone. Like, literally so many of my favorite rides, not even just the big ones like Kingda Ka, but like the Skyway, the parachutes. These are all like major things for me, and they're like the heart and soul of this park, and all those classic rides, all the iconic rides are like gone. It actually hurts to see it so different.
Yeah, the Six Flags Cedar Fair merger definitely brought a lot of changes to the park. You may be wondering, why the hell are we here if we're just complaining? And that's because Flash Vertical Velocity is a new coaster that just opened here at the park. This is not meant to replace Kingda Ka or any of these other rides, so don't worry about that. That'll come at a later date, but I just want to focus on Flash for the first part of the video because we are really looking forward to getting on that. That's technically supposed to be the replacement for Batman and Robin the Chiller, but that's a little bit funny because that was closed pretty much like when I was born. This whole site where Green Lantern was, just barren nothingness. How are you also going to replace both coasters? Because this plot is enormous. Oh, this is copyright out the wazoo right now. Oh my god, it's the loudest music ever. Great Adventure opened originally in 1974 and currently are home to 13 different roller coasters. One of those being Flash Vertical Velocity, which you see right here. It looks pretty awesome and I'm looking forward to getting on it for the first time. Yeah, this literally opened probably not even 2 weeks ago at the time of recording this. So it is brand spanking new. Not many people have gotten the chance to ride it in the coaster enthusiast community, so I'm excited to bring the review here. With the park's 50th anniversary, they brought a lot of changes to the layout of the park and the looks of the park, and this is one of the main ones as soon as you walk in. What happened?
There used to be like right here was where you scan in, but now you're back there. So they added a lot of this big empty space, new planters. It looks nice.
I like the characters though.
They keep adding weird statues and stuff around. I don't know how much of it will stick.
Bro, this thing looks weird. So many funky elements on this thing. What's cool about this is the first Vekoma Super Boomerang model in North America. There was only one other one built in China, which of course is a country that a lot of us are never going to travel to for roller coasters. So makes this model a lot more accessible to us. I'm sure there's going to be others that are built at some point in the future. The one question with this, a lot of people were confused about, why did they install this in the first place? Because by nature, this can only run one train. And in a park like this that gets really busy, seems like the line could get really long, especially in the summer months. Rumor has it that this was supposed to be built at some park in Asia, and then Great Adventure picked it up last second, found a cheap deal to move it over here, and that's how they got their 50th anniversary coaster. Originally, they weren't actually going to put in a coaster for their anniversary. So I'm glad they got something at all. And I will say though, it's not too late to come back and add a turntable, give it a second train at some point. They did that with Aquaman Power Wave at Six Flags Over Texas, so I'd love to see them do that at some point here. But still, it's not a busy day today. It's not going to affect us much, and I am really looking forward to the coaster. It looks great, actually. Very, very cool. Very unique. Also, this is a next generation Vekoma thrill coaster in the States. That's so cool. And this is your first time going on one of these.
This is huge. I feel like Vekoma is going to be big, so it's cool to get on one of the first major ones in the country.
Also, we have our friend Angel here with us too.
Hello.
You were also here when we came in October.
Yes, I was here. This is really weird to see my home park like this. There's so much missing, but I'm so excited to get on Flash. I've been waiting to get on a new Vekoma, so.
This is basically Vekoma reimagining their old Boomerang, which no one liked. It was so rough. This is going to be smooth. It has 7 launches as opposed to lift hills. Very, very cool. You're going to start forwards. You're going to launch backwards. Wow. Then you're going to fall back down. And then full speed through the layout. Crazy hang time on that thing. That looks awesome. Got an inversion. That looks really whippy. Looking forward to that. And then again up the spike, and then you roll back, do it all in reverse. So it definitely is reminiscent of the old Batman and Robin the Chiller. Same way that went forwards and backwards. Wow. So that was the Flash Vertical Velocity. Very, very enjoyable. I would say probably about what I expected, actually. It's so smooth. They couldn't have done a better job in that regard. Force-wise, it's defined by a couple moments, in my opinion, that really stood out. The double up going forwards and backwards, I thought was absolutely magnificent. The roll going up into the spike was so cool. And then the hang time on the stall, that was some legit stuff. That was probably one of the best stalls I've ever experienced, especially going backwards. Launches I thought were fine. Spike I thought was fine. So really it's about those key moments on that coaster that really elevate it to the next level and definitely makes it one of my new favorite coasters in the park for sure. It wouldn't have been a sufficient replacement for King Ka, but fortunately we're getting another new coaster next year that'll make up for King Ka. In terms of just a good quality supporting coaster for this park, that's pretty much perfect. It's fantastic, I thought, except fix the capacity issue, because that is something that really probably needs to be addressed at some point down the line.
There's certain things about this ride that really irk me, like the queue setup, the capacity, like just could have been a lot better, but the ride experience itself actually really impressed me. It's such a fun sequence of events, the way it flows, so great. Oh, and the onboard audio and the lights, such cool additions, especially at night. That's gonna look so cool. So I'm very glad that this is in this park.
Honestly, I think that's a really good addition to the park. I think we needed another launch coaster here. Capacity does suck. I wish so it could run more efficiently because it did move really slowly. But the ride itself was really good. I really liked the double up going backwards. That was really good. And the saw was amazing as well. Great addition.
Got another fan favorite up next, Nitro, which is a Bolliger and Mabbeyard hypercoaster. This thing's a beast, guys. Like, look at how tall this is. 230 feet high. This coaster opened in 2001 originally. It is a very enjoyable coaster, so smooth. Lots of floater airtime. I like this one. I'm looking forward to getting back on this, and we'll get you a POV as well in the front row. Here we go on Nitro, front row, baby.
Where is the park?
Oh, it's gonna be so cold. Ah! Still a good second half though. Whoa! Whoa! Nitro is a very fun coaster, but damn, that thing just gave me frostbite. That was terribly cold. It's a very dead day at this park today. Not much has a line. You just saw that thing dispatched with like no one on it, and there's a reason for it. Oh man.
Yeah, no, Nitro is fun and it was running really good today in terms of smoothness, but it was so slow. It was just so slow. And the wind, oh my god, that's all I could think about was how cold my face is.
I'm still warming up. It's so cold. It wasn't hitting the same. It's probably definitely still warming up.
Welcome to the Pine Barrens. We're gonna get a ride on Jersey Devil up next, which is this Rocky Mountain Construction single rail coaster out in the distance. If Nitro is running slow, you know this thing's gonna be running really slow. So most of my rides on Jersey Devil have actually been very good. I've always found it an underrated coaster, but today I'm not sure. We'll see. Drink, dude. Oh, and the trims are hitting too. Whoa! 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 Ah! I had a really good ride on that, even though it wasn't wasn't the fastest I've seen Jersey Devil run by any stretch of the imagination. It was pretty smooth that time, and it still had a lot of really good airtime moments. So you know what? That was a good time. But just for reference, I mean, you guys got to see how it's crawling through the stall right now and this turnaround. It is crazy. That hill is awesome, though. I love that moment. Hey, how's it going, bro? Yeah, that's a fun moment. I actually kind of like it slower on the stall, though. You get more hang time. But yeah, look at that. That is nasty. Crawling.
I use this thing.
Like any row other than the front, that thing is so shaky. I say it feels like a toy. Like it feels like a prototype that you're not supposed to be riding, because literally every hinge in the track, you can feel the train
the joints
adjust. Yeah. It's fun. It can be fun, especially at night and when it's like hauling. But in general, like it's not one of my favorites here.
I've always really liked Jersey Devil, but I get why someone wouldn't be a big fan of it. Angel does not like it very much.
No, I used to stick up for this ride. Like everyone I would be around would say, oh, it's not that good, it's not that good. I loved it. I went to California and rode Wonder Woman. Now rode this, and it's terrible. I feel the same thing that Sam said. It feels like a prototype. Like you're just like shaking the whole time. It's crazy. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I will say it is bizarre living in a day and age where new roller coasters actually seem to be getting rougher. Like B&M is a prime example, but even RMC, those Raptor coasters, I've heard Goya Wallaby Holland isn't any better. Very, very strange. And we're actually going to get on a very smooth coaster to back my point, Batman the Ride, which is by no means new at all. When did this open? Does anyone know?
93 or 91? Something like that. 93, I think.
I didn't have time to pull up RCDB, so I appreciate it. But yeah, this is a great B&M inverted coaster. You find this at all the Six Flags parks. It's a clone. But I always tell people there's a reason this was cloned so many times. It is such a fun layout, so intense, short but sweet. I haven't been on this Batman clone since 2020, so it's been a while. Whoa!
Oh my god!
Wow, it's intense! Oh!
God damn!
Woo!
My foot!
It's really smooth too. It's great.
It's gonna get clipped. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh!
Josh, I'm sorry! Oh my god!
Whoa! The birds are paid actors. That's sick. Even when that's a little slower, that is so much fun. I love those Batman clones. Very intense. That was actually running very smooth too, is my other observation. Short, but absolutely awesome layout.
It was fun. It was slow, but they still whipped, so it was very enjoyable.
Yeah, it was fun. It's the classic. It's always fun to do it. I never do it when I'm here, so it was fun.
All right, we're walking down this path because we're gonna get on Superman Ultimate Flight up next. But while we're over here, I want to show you guys just how different this part of the park looks. Green Lantern used to be over here on the right. That's now gone. That pathway down there used to take you to Golden Kingdom, where King Ka and Zumanjaro Drop of Doom were. Of course, that is now blocked off until the new coaster opens next year.
I feel like I'm at a funeral. What the fuck? The whole park is gone. My parachutes. I never
did the parachutes or the sky ride, so I don't have sentimental attachment to those.
Both like just so classic. Like those parachute rides don't exist anymore. Sky rides are low-key going extinct. The sky ride came from the 1964 World's Fair. That's so cool. You can't just get rid of my guy like that.
How did this outlive it? The slingshot. What?
Outlived the sky coaster, outlived the parachutes, the Twix ride.
More importantly, King Ka? Huh? Even though I didn't have attachment to those rides, I obviously did for King Ka. That was one of my all-time favorite coasters, and so seeing a void in that spot is definitely heartbreaking. It really is. I don't think any of us should truly forget about the way the park handled it. It was tragic, in my opinion. The worst way you could possibly handle it, as a park with so many loyal guests that love this ride, traveled to ride this from all corners of the world, didn't even give you the opportunity to ride it one last time, even though they knew damn well it was closing. That's the worst part. Didn't even give it a post, an announcement, nothing like that. But the rumors were true. I'm so grateful I got to come out here in October last year and check it out one more time. Definitely makes up a lot for this visit, seeing nothing there. Guys, if I peek over the fence, you can actually see King Ka, the last piece of track. Ah, it hurts. It really does sting just being here in person. When we first heard that might close, it just didn't hit me. But now that I'm here, it's not a good feeling. What's also strange is this part of the park at one point was always pretty busy between Superman and then the pathway to Ka. Green Lantern was right here. Now it's just Superman Ultimate Flight, and so it's kind of a detour to go ride this now. This is a fun ride though. B&M Flying Coaster opened in 2003. You can find this exact layout at Six Flags Great America in Chicago and Six Flags Over Georgia, so it's nothing particularly special. And we just did Manta SeaWorld in Florida recently, and of course, one of my home park coasters coasters is Tatsu at Magic Mountain. Much better flying coasters, but still, this is a good time, and it has the pretzel loop still, which is one of the best elements ever. Flying coaster means you're out on your stomach in a prone position. Definitely adds a lot to the coaster. Oh boy, these things always freak me out. Doesn't matter how many times I do flying coasters. So bizarre that there's nothing in front of us. What the heck is life? Here we go. Whoa! Whoa! Oh boy. Get ready for the pretzel loop. Oh! Oh my god. Whoa! 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 Oh my god. Oh! It's so fun. Oh! Last inversion. Oh! Fun time. That was good. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed getting back on that. Again, like Batman, I hadn't done that since 2020 when I first visited Six Flags Great Adventure, got all my coaster credits. Since then, I haven't bothered to ride a lot of these cloned coasters or coasters that are rather forgettable in the grand scheme of things, with this park having such a deep coaster lineup, at least back when, you know, they had King Ka. But without that and a bunch of other rides that they got rid of as well, it kind of gives me the opportunity to explore a lot of parts of the park and get on a lot of rides that I don't typically get on. With that being said, there's definitely much better flying coasters out there. The pretzel loop is amazing on this, and everything else is just fun, but that's about it. And I will say visually, it's just kind of an ugly coaster. Like, it's just over the grass. There's really no theming or anything of that sort. I definitely like the one in Georgia the most because that one hugs the terrain. It's pretty cool.
That was insane in the back. The pretzel loop is literally so intense. I thought Manta's was just especially intense. I think they're just all like that.
No, they're all the same. I think the pretzel loops are all equal.
They're all the same.
Honestly, I never really liked Superman. I never go out of my way to ride it. Actually, last year I never rode it. But no, it was actually really fun today. I enjoyed it.
This new part of the park looks really, really nice though with the tents. I'm a big fan of how this looks. For the 50th anniversary, they kind of refreshed a lot of areas, and this is probably my favorite that they did.
They opened it up so you can just walk straight through to the carousel. Before it was like an abandoned building. It sucked. And they refreshed everything. I like the new pathway with the bricks and everything. It's very convenient to get places.
And you can get to El Toro very easily, which is what we're gonna do next. El Toro, here we go. Opened in 2006, Intamin prefabricated wooden coaster. This thing is absolutely sensational. People love this ride. I'm so glad they've been taking good care of it. It's had a few unfortunate incidents in the past couple years, but they're keeping it running well. Oh man, my hair is a mess. But that was El Toro. That front row line was absurdly long, so we got a back row. That coaster is legendary, and it's running so well today, actually. I was very surprised. It's smooth, at least the seat we were in, and it was actually running really well. Like, most rides that we've gotten on today were pretty slow, I found, but not El Toro. That was great.
I love El Toro, but I only ride in the seats that I know are smooth, which is like the middle of each car is 3 rows. So sit in the middle of the car, and it is smooth. Otherwise, I don't trust the other seats. But in those seats, it's smooth. We're walking over to Medusa, and here's the iconic view that used to have El Toro and then King Ka behind it. And of course, now that King Ka's gone, it just looks like something is missing. And this has honestly been one of the most mentally challenging park visits for me ever. This is so sad, especially the sky ride being gone. And the sky ride's gone too. It used to come out of there. Kinetic energy to the park, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. And this view is honestly depressing now. Looking forward to getting a ride on Medusa. Another one I haven't been on in literally forever. This opened originally in 1999. This has gone through quite a few identity changes. A lot of you may know it as Bizarro, which I thought was a really cool theme actually. But I'm always a sucker for when a park pays homage, because this was the original theme and name. So the fact that they brought it back as Medusa is also pretty cool. Here we go in Medusa. Sun finally came out, which is nice. Whoa! Whoa! This is running nice.
ever seen it slow down that much? Whoa! Woo! Oh! Whoa, we are crawling! Oh! Whoa! That was fun though. I actually enjoyed Medusa a lot. I thought that was one of the better rides of the day, to be honest. It was running well. It has a great layout, actually. I'm so used to doing Scream at my home park, Six Flags Magic Mountain. I definitely prefer this. I just think it's presented a lot nicer. It actually has like near misses, which is a really cool feature. I do wish they would repaint those, make them look nicer, because they kind of just look stupid right now. I mean, the cork from Bizarro is just floating in midair. It used to be connected to like a wall. It made more sense back when it was Bizarro. Now it's all the theming pieces are very random, but still it's a fun ride, and it looks visually great with the green track. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, it's very strange. The paint job's super weird. The ride was just very shaky in my opinion, which was weird because I was in one of the middle seats, but it was good. I don't hate it. I like it.
All right, we've made it on the Ferris wheel now, which I've never done before. We're about to get another ride on Flash up next. We're gonna try it in the back row and compare that to the front. That should be a lot of fun. We're just appreciating the views. Not in that direction though. That direction sucks. The setting of this park is actually pretty great with all the forest. You got the water back here. It's really nice. Okay, cool. So we were just able to get a back row ride on Flash Vertical Velocity. Very fun. I have more or less the same thoughts as I did earlier. I do prefer the front row. I think more of the elements pop in the front, but I will say for the back, definitely the spike the first time around is very enjoyable. You get some of that weightlessness feeling. And then also I would say the positive G's were more surprising in the back row. Definitely like through that dive drop thing the second time, really, really cool. I'm definitely a fan. I just wish the capacity was improved upon. I need to reiterate that again because it's about as dead of a day as it gets, and the line was well over an hour. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly what you said. It's great, but I just can't see myself riding it very much because even on a dead day, that was over an hour. That's ridiculous.
I agree with Sam. It is a good addition. It's a really good ride. I honestly might prefer it in the back. I think the
I don't know what it's called. I struggle with it.
What is it?
I call it the dive drop.
Yeah,
thing,
whatever that drop
around.
thing is going backwards in the back. The positives are insane, but capacity is terrible. What should have been like a 30-minute wait ended up being an hour and
not
15,
even 30,
so.
honestly.
That's true.
That's crazy.
So, but I like it. It's a good addition.
I was just about to get some off-ride footage of this thing for you guys, and it breaks. We got the last train before it went down. And then, by the way, this is the first time it went down today, so actually I am impressed with reliability overall. For a coaster with 7 launches, I'm surprised. But yeah, that's definitely very lucky because we want to head out of this park right now. We're cold, we're tired, we've gotten all of our rides in. It's been a fun day. This park is very much in a transitional phase right now. I feel like I shouldn't be judging it entirely. Of course, I will a little bit because King Ka and that whole situation was a disaster, and the park absolutely should be shamed for it. That being said, I'm going to give it some time to work things out because I think that replacement coaster will be great. Flash was a nice addition, although I just wish the capacity thing was improved upon, as I've said a couple of times already. But the park actually visually looks probably the best it has. I mean, the 50th anniversary changes were positive, I think. Still, like operationally, it's not my favorite place in the world. It definitely can be improved still. I hope with the Cedar Fair merger, things step up with this park, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it, and I always look forward to coming here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.